Hi, welcome to the Easy Web Video Podcast. I'm David, the owner of Easy Web Video. In each podcast, I'll be speaking to one of our many interesting customers to see how video has helped them in their business. Each podcast will provide ideas on how you can make the most of marketing with video. This week, my guest is Dr. Clifton Mays, chiropractor and wellness specialist with Health First, the Triad in High Point, North Carolina.
Thank you, David. I appreciate the invite today.
It's great to have you on. Just for us to know, what are the sports teams or anything in the area? You know,
we're a little bit north of Charlotte. So right now, the Hurricanes are in the playoffs. So the hockey team is doing really good. The Panthers, we just shake our heads with, and the Hornets, it just depends on the weekend. So
gotcha. I wasn't sure if you were closer to Raleigh or Charlotte. That's why.
Closer to Charlotte, yeah. We're about hour to Charlotte, hour and a half to Raleigh. So right in the northeast part of the north central part of the state.
Gotcha. Well, it happens to be that the Hurricanes dispatched the Islanders, who I root for.
Yes,
it was a very quick and done 4 and done series. So, those of you who don't understand what we're talking about sports. So anyway, about your business, I guess we'll turn to that for a moment. What do you do, Doc? What exactly do you do?
Sure, we're a healthcare business. I see primarily physical issues in this office. So we have really two components to our business. One is the in-office work, and that is physical rehabilitation. We see lots of sports injuries. We'll see back pain, neck pain, things like that. Post-surgeries, so recovering people for that. But we also have an online wellness component, and that's a lot where we add our video, because the online component uses video a fair amount for training and lecturing. But our seminars, like our in-office seminars, if the patient needs more information from our in-office, we'll also use videos that they can go to and pull in-office as well.
So so you guys have, I guess you're dealing with health and wellness. It's a chiropractor. First and foremost, right?
Correct. The primary is chiropractic and physical therapy. So we've got medical doctors that work for us, work with us. They're in our offices in Greensboro and Winston. We will have neurosurgeons that we deal with. So again, it's a very diverse bunch, I guess, is what we
gotcha.
say. So.
Gotcha. But basically, people who have any physical ailments or issues, they can come and see you.
Right. So we try and catch pre-surgery. So hopefully it's before it gets too bad, but if it does get that bad, we'll see you after the surgery and get you taken care of as well. So we see that as well.
Gotcha. So if I understood what you're using video for, in a couple of ways, in terms of following up with patients, making sure that they're, following the directives. If I'm understanding, it's a little training for them. Is that the idea, or?
Right. So we'll split it up. The easiest way is to split it up, because that's basically the way our offices work. We have the in-office component, and in office, they're going to get training. They're going to get training on how to do exercises for their particular problem. So our staff has recorded videos. So we put those videos available. They can have access to those videos and view those for their training. And then we have a wellness component. And wellness deals more with other issues like diabetes and thyroid issues and weight issues that can cause physical issues in the long run. So that wellness program, there's a whole program on proper eating, proper nutritionals, things that we're doing to create wellness long term. So that's a whole online component to this as well. And that's all video.
Wow. So your customers, your patients, they're actually being utilizing training that you guys provided or created one time, and then they're basically able to use that, and you're able to help tons of people after the fact just having created those videos. I mean, that seems very, very, I guess in the old days, you'd have to repeat it and repeat it and repeat
Right.
it. Now you kind of put them, on the program and they can go and follow it, right?
And that you're speaking exactly correct, because again, when people are in pain, we forget a lot of stuff. So I can tell you, hey, we've got to work on your knee and you got to do these exercises. But if you're hurting, you don't remember any of that.
Right,
So
right.
it's easier to go back in and then watch the video when you're like, oh, okay, I'm at home now. I can sit down and I can watch those exercises, and it makes much more sense for the people than having to listen to me in the office and hear my staff tell you 18,000 times the same exercise.
Right,
So
right.
that way they get access whenever they need it.
So when people find out that you're a doctor and a chiropractor, do they pull you over and they show you, I got this spot on my neck, it's killing me.
Well, not to get terribly crazy, but I'm glad I'm not a proctologist. How about
Oh,
that?
that's right.
Yeah.
That would be something, boy.
Yeah. So yes, we'll always. It's like, Doc, my back hurts when I do this. So stop doing that.
Right, right. All right. Well, I'll hold all the medical questions
I
for
have a very inexpensive consultation fee, so I got you covered.
all right. So what made you decide to use video, Doc? Because I see doctors all the time. They don't seem to have any online training or anything like that. Like, what made you, do that? And how long have you been doing it for?
A lot of it, again, is the repetition, like you were talking about before. The exercising and things, when people are coming to us for a specific complaint, whether it be a shoulder or a knee, they're not going to change a whole lot. So the beginning basic exercises are going to be the same whether you're an 18-year-old or an 85-year-old. So we just got to go through those different phases. And what was happening is we'd give it to people in paper, and they take it home and it magically get lost. And I understand that. So I give them another piece of paper. Then my staff would sit down and go over it again. And then 3 or 4 times that would occur. Finally, we said, this is enough. We basically had the staff go through. We videotaped with some of our patients who are videographers. So they tape the exercises, put it up, and we used your platform because we've been with your platform almost a decade now. So for a long time. And that's just made it very convenient. So
you send them the links, or you use the links, or how do you use the technical side?
Yeah, we'll use the links. The biggest thing again is compliance. So they'll have a portal to our software. So they'll have specific logins that they can do, and we'll usually send them information through that, so they can catch the links that way.
So you primarily use EasyWeb Video for hosting. Do you use any of the other features, or it's mostly hosting at this point?
I was going to say primarily hosting. We've done some of the lead magnet before, but our business is really not that. So we're not soliciting through email or things like that. So we use it primarily for the hosting. And I'll tell you, over the years, the platform has gotten easier and easier to take raw video or footage that we need, get it the format it needs to be, and then upload it into your server. So it's become very convenient over time. Easier even than like a YouTube. So I'm seeing faster response times than just putting it out there on a YouTube where there's no security, access to anybody, and I don't really want that. I want these specifically for my patients, and your platform works great for that.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's amazing how you can create a system for your business which kind of runs without you needing to go in and go ahead and constantly do it. I mean, it's kind of like you have your system running in the background, so to speak, to be able to, for people to, to join it and take a look at it at their leisure. I mean, you just create it once and you
Sure.
kind of set it, and now it's, it's running your business. It's running that piece of your business.
The staff loves it too, because that way, again, they're not having to do the same thing over and over and over again. They can always just refer to the videos. Hey, did you get a chance to watch the videos? Have you gone through that? So it makes their job easier as well.
Now, you don't get extra paid for the follow-up or anything like that, right? Or do you?
No, well, not really. No, there is. I'm sure there's some sort of coding that I could probably get away with for that, but we don't usually use that. No.
Well, you won't let us know on this podcast.
That's right. If anyone is listening from that's medical's board, no, we're not going to say anything like that. So.
Right. So that is, I think, I mean, really at the end of the day, I mean, I think it makes, it'll probably make your life easier.
Right.
Tell me some of the success stories of some of the people that, go through your clinic, what they see, and what they came in like, and, then after seeing you and then, using the follow-up, I mean, what type of difference do you see in their wellness?
Some of the biggest things, I'll go in clinic first. With the in clinic work, it makes it convenient for a lot of my younger parents. So if their kid is coming for a sports injury or anything, they'd have to come to the office, and then I'd explain the exercises to the child, explain it to the patient or the parent. They'd go home and the dad would forget, or the mom would forget, or the kid wouldn't. And so compliance was very difficult. But now they know they have access. They can link it up. They can pull it up. They can make sure the kid is doing it right. So we're seeing good results with our sports and the young people like that. The tougher situation has been our elderly because of skill set. They're used to the paper or the hand holding this way. So it's been neat to see the transition for a lot of our older patients to go from having to, do all this in the office to say, hey, you have access to this now 24/7 instead of having to come to me. So there's a little more hand holding that has to occur, but once they get it, it's very, very convenient.
Right. I'd imagine, that it probably you would be one of the reasons, like there's some, older people who may be reticent to use the technology, but, if they've got an injury or something that, that needs to be taken care of, now it gives them a reason to get online. And, I imagine that, they're starting out with your video and now they're doing, all kinds of things, probably.
Right. Well, I've seen that change just on my parents. So that actually is boded well for my folks. So we've kind of pushed them into that technology, and same thing when we're trying to teach them how to do some of the exercises to keep them active, because my parents are older. Now dad will sit and he'll watch the videos on his tablet and that's neat. So
right, definitely. I mean, just think about it. I mean, years ago, you wouldn't have had that, option. I mean, how is it with training? How have you had, with your dad as an example? I mean, has it been easy to train him how to use the tablet? Was it easy for him to figure out how to get to the links and click on them, etc.?
Right, and that really is. That's why I say I like your platform. I'm using the EasyWeb because it's easy to get the links, and if there is a problem, because what I found in our online wellness program, there's a lot of behind the scenes things that run the courses. So we're making sure they're tracking their food and they're doing, so there's a lot of other pieces to that, but the hosting is seamless. So I can still pull the videos into that component, and it makes it easy to tie in that way. Whereas we've had, not to beat up other platforms, but like the Wistias and the things like that are as much or more than what it costs for your hosting. Things don't stream right, or I can see glitches, or access is weird because once I block one access, half the patients can't see it, so it becomes very difficult. Now I can just put it into my program where they have access to it, and it's much more convenient. So So dad had no problem learning it, and like I said, now he lives on his tablet. So.
Right. I imagine he's doing all kinds of things. I
And
know.
yeah, 86, and he still keeps on keeping. So you got to love that. So
Yeah, I see people on the street screaming out, talking to Siri. I hope they're talking to Siri.
let's hope they're talking to Siri, right?
That's right. That's right. On their iPhones or whatever, their iPad, Androids, there's all kinds of goodies. And of course, our platform and most platforms work, across all the devices that are out there for today's times. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time, Doc. I know that you're probably busy in clinic and out clinic, and you got a lot of stuff going on. And I appreciate you taking the time. I think that, it's very interesting for us to see how others use video in their business. And it kind of sparks people's thinking as they're watching stuff like this, to how they can do things that, in particular are repetitive or otherwise, and how they can use video to do marketing, for their business. So I think that that's, important, and that's kind of the message, that people are getting as they're watching you talking about it.
Well, I forgot about talking about marketing. We have in-office televisions that are promoting our different services in the office. And a lot of those videos were created and put up on EasyWeb Video. So we've found a way to stream that information in our offices. So when people are waiting or doing therapies or doing things like that, they're getting videos that are playing constantly in the TVs, and that's all tied to your program as well. So that is marketing that we use. We didn't talk about that before, but that's every day they sit there and are watching videos like that as well. So
for sure,
there's lots of ways to use your platform.
I appreciate that. Well, listen, you have a great weekend. I don't know if you're off on the weekends, but if you are, enjoy the sports, because it sounds like you're still rooting. But
there's still hope. That's right. There's still hope.
Yes, there is. We'll see who makes it out there,
right,
at the end. All right, great. Thanks a lot, Doc. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye now. So I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast. Many thanks to Dr. Clifton Mays, chiropractor and wellness specialist with Health First of the Triad in High Point, North Carolina. His website address is drmayswellness.com. He can be reached via email at drmays@drmayswellness.com. And his phone number is 336-887-9460. And you can also find his information below. And remember, if you'd like to try EasyWeb Video for 30 days, simply click on the link below or visit us at easywebvideo.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. See below for the links. Bye-bye.